Mm-mm.
What's your name say?
Life.
It does.
Yeah, it says life in Arabic.
It's better than life in prison.
That's a good one. That's a really good one.
Yo, like sometimes I really question why y'all are my friends. Welcome to Filter Free. I'm your host TL. I'm here with my friends and family, Bluetooth, the R&B monk Joaquin, Beacon, and Conjo.
He really just flexed on everybody.
This is how you start off a show and end it. We out.
Right.
All right. No, but seriously, welcome back. Today's episode, we're picking up where we left off from the last episode. The first episode was what women need to know. This one, we're talking directly to the men. There are absolutely no filters.
I'm ready.
And we frocking it with the best.
I'm ready. By the way, Joaquin's not even here. He's projecting his image.
From San Diego.
Yeah. I'm ready. I'm here in
So-
spirit, literally.
We ain't got to worry about no misinterpretations.
Right.
We don't have to worry about hurting anybody's feelings, whether we going to be hurt or not. Because we talking to men about men, and we getting right to the crust and the guts of it.
Ooh, crust and guts.
Crust and guts.
You
and
said
when
it
it's
best.
and when it's all said and done, we gonna lay that frock to rest on all of y'all that got an issue with it.
Right.
Ooh, life, baby.
So
Hope you're ready to be frocked.
By
we're
a
about
bunch
to
of
frock
men.
your world. All right, but seriously,
Okay.
so
Biggest pause on YouTube.
ever.
Pause.
The first episode, we gave some really good tips and keys, if you will, to the women. However, during that conversation, we kind of realized that we could talk to the ladies all day long. It don't matter when we don't have our house in order.
Yeah.
So it's easy to say, hey, you need to do this or you should do that. But where does the accountability come into place for us? So we all know what type of men we are. We're faithful, spiritual,
Black men don't
religious. Black men don't cheat. Black, Puerto Rican, Native American,
Keep it
white.
down in the universe.
Right. Might end up being true.
Right? One of the things that bothers me the most
What bothers you the most?
is we have conversations, let's say, with our EP Sousa, some of our other female friends, and every time we hear a story, it's whose man's is this?
Yo, for real.
Who's raising these people?
For real.
Where do we find you?
Yeah.
Now, I literally must be living in a bubble because I don't know these dudes.
Yeah.
Like when I talk to, okay, granted, it's probably only about 5 of y'all and two other guys. Stuff happens. But when I talk to my friends, y'all are just as shocked as I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, question number one: where did we go wrong?
I thought it was whose man's is this?
Well, I mean,
That's question.
That's-
number
that's question number
question
two.
number one.
Question. Matter of fact, that's gonna be the title of this episode. Whose man's is this?
For real.
But okay, fellas, we sit here and say we can't find good women. They ain't no good, or it's, you just fill in the blank.
I don't hear men say that often.
But see, but
Yeah, I think.
no,
plenty of them.
well, because
I do hear a lot of guys say it. For
we
sure.
can't find good women?
we can't find.
I mean,
good
I'm not
women.
saying it's absurd, but they do say it.
They say it.
Yeah.
It's absurd.
Yes,
Some
absolutely
big-ass men
absurd.
that say
It's
that.
absurd.
Yeah.
Well, once again, so from the last episode, I asked you guys the question about the alpha female. Let's kick this off talking to the beta male.
Damn.
There's some Zeta males out there. You know what I mean? These dudes I'm hearing about, bro. Like I don't get it. I don't get. It's like they don't have a reference for being a man. It's not even just like they're not doing it and they know they should. It's almost like they don't even have the reference for what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like I grew up without a father, so I have I can't give you a pass even for that. Like I can't.
Right.
You grew up with a father, so you don't know how to treat it. Yeah, you grown. Like after a certain age, male or female, you're responsible for your decisions. You can't keep blaming the things that happened in the past for it. Maybe that's the problem with us. Maybe that we are complacent in who we've become because of the lack of resources that we've had, and we just stay there.
Okay.
Complacency. I think that us being complacent also comes from what Trey always says, even though he's a bad guy when he says it, but it's not true. About that women feel like there's such a lack of good men that they've lowered their standards.
Yeah.
So we know we only have to achieve a certain level and we can still get a good woman.
Right. Yeah. Very
You
true.
know, and so I feel like a lot of men become lazy in that, because they know they can be broke and still get a woman.
Because a woman is willing to be a woman before the man is willing to be a man.
Right.
That's true.
That's crazy.
Now, so what I love about this dynamic is you got a set of twins. Your twins are 10,
Yes.
boy and a girl. You have an older son, Bear's 25,
Yeah, 24.
24, and then you have your stepkids, which are also your kids,
Yes.
and they're grown. So, and those are mostly girls too, right?
2 girls and 1 boy.
2 girls and 1 boy.
Yeah.
You got a little girl and a son. You just had a beautiful little girl.
Hey.
You got 3 little girls.
Yeah.
You got a set of twins as
Yeah.
well. So this conversation gets real
Yeah.
because now it's a matter of, and I hear women say this all the time, would you want a woman dating a man like you?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, 100%.
Please find me.
Now, yes.
100%.
Time. My daughter's name is Time Like the Herb.
Nice.
That's
If you see this later on, my dear heart, find a man like me.
A message in the bottom.
But the beauty of it
Yeah,
is
man.
just you raising her. She ain't even gonna need that message. She
won't.
gonna know.
She
Yeah,
know
she
what
gonna
time
know.
it is.
Nah.
Yeah, she
It
gonna
ain't
know.
even gotta be me.
Time will know
You
what
I'm
time
saying?
it
But
is.
if it was me, I wouldn't trip.
The time will know who her Rosemary is.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
For the cooks in the house.
Deep.
Yeah.
Deep.
It may be a Rosemary.
That's how deep it goes here.
Rosemary,
Yeah,
baby,
Maybe
Yeah,
it's
it's-
a
goes here.
Maybe
this
it is
conversation
a
is-
Rosemary.
Maybe
You know what I'm
it
saying?
is.
Maybe it ain't a guy like me. You know what I'm
Maybe
saying?
it's not a sage.
Maybe it ain't a guy at
You
all.
know,
But,
you know what I'm
but we need to
saying?
sage this conversation.
Captain Sage.
I swear.
You know.
I might have to use that.
No. We need to put Captain Sage hold arrest.
That should be the name.
We need to. Yeah. Oh yeah.
At least in like, you know, parentheses.
Right.
Whose man's is these?
Right there.
Colon.
Right. Captain Sage.
But serious question though. At what point can we say somebody is accountable for that?
For what?
For you know better, you do better.
Okay, so I
Right
believe
now.
I believe that, first of all, I believe it's levels to that, right?
Yeah.
As you grow and matriculate, there are certain life milestones that I feel that everybody should hit. But as a whole, if I personally had to put a age on when you can't use this as an excuse no more, to me it's 25. At that point, you've lived enough life, you've experienced enough. I mean, from a financial aspect, your insurance rate drop at 25. You know what I'm saying? So at
I
that
graduated from college.
you know what I'm saying? You graduated from college. You can go
yeah.
lease or you can go rent a car without having a cosigner at 25. At that point, you should have lived enough life that you understand, look, I can't keep blaming the fact, in your case, my dad wasn't there, or my parents were horrible, or whatever it is. It's, you know what I'm saying? At that point, there's no more excuses. We all know boys and girls that had a rough life that were forced to mature and grow up fast.
Way before 25.
Right.
Way before
Yeah,
25.
before a lot
Like
of us.
my niece at 21, she was more mature than people that I noticed in their 30s. Just because of the life that she lived.
I was married with 4 kids at 19.
You see what I'm saying? Ooh, damn, bro.
Whoa. Well, that's all, folks.
Whole conversation pause. So for me, I gotta say, I think 25 is a good, at least a fair age where we can really start to have that adult conversation.
So 100% of the men that I'm hearing this about are over 25. So let's just say that there is no excuse.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because 100% of the men that I'm hearing about are over. Women naturally like older men, right? Than themselves. So they're shooting there, and they're shooting there because they meet a bunch of boys.
Yeah.
And then they meet a bunch of boys there, and it's like, these ain't never gonna grow up.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, but it's, it's somewhat the woman lacking discernment because, I mean, there are signs. There's always things that will tell you if a person is mature or not. but they saw something that they wanted and they went for that in lieu of something else.
I think that oftentimes people, though, like when they're looking to choose somebody, like women or men, that they choose somebody based off of their own insecurities. You know what I'm saying? And so they end up choosing someone lesser because they feel like that's all that they can achieve.
First of all, I think men as a whole should say what they mean what they say.
Integrity.
Because that if men do that and that alone, that covers every gamut of conversation we can have today. Whether that be relationships, how you deal with women, how you shoot your shot. Like one of the things that you and I said recently, like the greatest game that you can kick to a woman is telling the truth.
But see, that it takes a secure
the
man
greatest
to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Insecure
There
men
you go.
who are worried about losing out on
Yeah,
that prospect are going to lie to you to secure it. Instead of them saying, hey, this is what I want from you, and running the risk of her saying, okay, I'm not interested, let's go our separate ways, they're going to lie.
Yeah.
And that's a deeper issue with men. That's not even about them being a bad guy. That's about them not being able to deal with loss. Like you can't handle not having this thing you want.
So much of what we have discussed and will continue to discuss, it always comes down to the individual.
Yeah.
It really just always comes down to the completeness of the individual, the wisdom of the individual, how well they know themselves, and taking the time to really look at yourself and figure out if you're even ready to be in that kind of situation. And a lot of the issue is most men don't realize that they were designed to be leaders.
Yeah.
That they were designed to be,
But are they though?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All men are designed to be
I think in the initial creation, yes. Now, once you get into it, then it goes all down.
Like I
here.
said,
a part of the
man,
Right.
the word man comes from a word that means to initiate. It's almost a verb.
And that's always the
Yeah,
problem.
but there's always men that are stronger than other men.
The
Yeah,
problem
it doesn't
is,
matter.
but
I didn't say
but
initiate.
there's always
You
men
ain't got to
who are
initiate
led by
moving a
other
mountain.
men.
Maybe you can move a molehill, but initiate that, man.
Right.
Like,
Right.
you don't have to
but
be
here's-
doing the same thing as another man.
but this is
just
what I
make
mean,
the
right?
first
So you're
move.
saying there's always going to be men that are led by other men.
Yeah.
How do you break that down? Because like, okay, you saying if I work at a job, I work for a boss,
You can't be a boss.
No, if you're working a job and you work for a boss, essentially you're supporting that boss's vision.
Right.
So you're not supporting the vision that you had unless that was your vision for yourself,
But-
which is to work for another man's vision.
Right,
But-
then you're doing both.
but when
And most people in the world are in the position of working for somebody else's
Yeah.
vision.
But here's what people don't do. Here's what people don't go to the workplace as an example and figure out how can I handle my position to the best of my ability. Because I'm still like, I don't own the company I work for. I'm a project coordinator there, but I can still have a vision for my position and what I want to
Yeah.
get done.
Right,
and a
right.
part of my vision can be supporting
And
my.
you can-
So
you
what
can-
I'm saying
you can
is
be intuitive
every
and-
aspect of life, we still have to deal with ourselves. We still have to, aspects of like self-control and love and all those elements, and we can bring that into
So you
everything
can be a
that we
leader
do.
at the level of what
Even
your
when you're not,
vision is.
Yeah.
you can be
Yeah.
a leader even when
Okay.
you're not in charge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Well,
You know what I'm
see,
saying?
but I think when we start talking about beta male, not
A man
necessarily.
that's getting a job is not necessarily a beta male.
Right.
No,
But-
for sure.
but
And
I'm
what,
just using
what we're
that as
talking
an
about
example.
mostly is interpersonal relationship between man and female, not
Right.
necessarily just on the
right.
job and stuff like that,
Just in
but
general.
between
Yeah.
a man and a female, there's no female out there, no matter how alpha she might be, that doesn't want to see a man be a man.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And she doesn't want to follow somebody who's willing to lead. Like
Right.
they can say that all they want to, but their nature is to
Right.
respond to when a man leads.
So I think Blue.
And the only way for them to find out that is their nature really is for a man to be that example and be like, man, I really just want to
Fall
do
back.
that. That sounds like a great idea.
So
Right.
I don't know if I agree with that. I'm not saying I disagree with it either. I'm just gonna say I don't know. I made a joke on Facebook the other day that I was gonna start a church called the Church of I Don't Know.
Nice.
And the only
And
way
I
for you
will
to-
be in your church.
That's awesome.
and
I love that.
the only way you can get in the ceremony is you have to admit that you don't know anything.
We're learning.
And then you're in, right?
And believe it. That's,
So
I don't know nothing.
that's the only requirement is you have to say I don't know, and that's cool, and you're in,
Love
right?
that.
And so I say all that to say this. So I don't know which way that what a woman's nature fundamentally is. I have no idea about any of that. What I do know is there are a bunch of men out there who claim to be alpha males or claim to be the leaders of their household, or even claim to be gods. You call yourself a god or whatever you're calling yourself. You're the head of your family. And my comment is to you guys: if you're a man that speaks like that, then the responsibility for how the situation turns out is on you. Mm-hmm. You are no longer afforded the luxury of saying, "But what about women? Oh, but they do this too, or she does blah." You don't. If you're the leader. When I was in the military, if I am in charge of this group of people, I'm responsible for everything.
They're gonna go talk to them.
It's me. I'm responsible for how this turns out.
Yeah.
If the situation between men and women is messed up, you have to look at yourself and say, how can I, not even saying I blame myself, it's my fault. Forget fault. At this point, you have to look at yourself and say, okay, what can I do personally to fix it? Or to try to help it or make some type of forward progress. Not looking at the female counterpart and saying, okay, well, women do it also, or they're also responsible. If you're the alpha, this god, alpha male, leader of the head of the household, leader of the pack, whatever you are, it's on you. It's your job. If that's the mantle you're adopting for yourself, then you are responsible for how it turns out.
Now, let me just interject. I know a lot of alpha males, and I've never heard one of them say I'm an alpha male. But if you say that,
if you're self-proclaiming this thing, or whatever,
I never heard anybody look. Hey, I'm the alpha.
I'm that dude.
Never seen that.
Right, but if you are,
but if you that dude, then understand you just put that on you.
Right. What comes with that is you don't get to point the finger anymore.
Nobody.
That's not how that works.
Yeah, that's another thing they need to know is that, you can fail in front of a real woman, but you can't not try.
Right.
That's really what women will have specifics for you, so it's very misleading when they tell you why they're angry. they will have, you didn't do this, you didn't do that, you didn't do that, you didn't do that. But if you had done this and it worked, she wouldn't be talking about none of that. Mm-hmm. Because you did something and it worked. That's all she really cares about. She's just telling you this because that's what she has in her mind to tell you. But really her issue is, and that's another thing men need to know, hardly ever is a woman speaking on her actual issue.
Right.
Hardly ever. Now, she is speaking on something related to her issue because it's reached a point emotionally where it's coming out, but she's not getting to the heart of the issue necessarily when she's upset with you. That's not really when you're going to hear what the actual issue is. And if you're not intuitive enough to know that this is about this and act intuitively, that's really part of being a man, is acting intuitively in the first place about anything. That's what we are supposed to be able to do.
And with females too, a lot of times what I've noticed is some females are not going to tell you what the real problem is because they're afraid of hurting your insecure.
Yeah, because you're already insecure. It's like if I really tell them,
you know what I mean? Like, you need to man up. Most women are not going to say that to you, even though that might be the issue, because there's these men who think they're so strong, but your masculinity is so fragile.
And they know how fragile it is.
They know. Women know.
But at some point, shouldn't we get to a place where you just need to accept it for what it is? Cause hold on.
Accept what?
Like, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, if you keep dropping the ball as a man, then they need to speak on it, because it may be an instance where, look, you know what, I just don't see it, I don't realize it, and it takes somebody else. Now, you may not want to hear it from one of your girls, but that's why I got y'all. And please believe, I got some of the biggest haters on this panel who will tell me whatever they feel as though I need to know. You know what I'm saying? And I love Brandon for that. You know what I'm saying?
They got real specific. See what I'm saying? When they talk specific.
Yeah, I'm glad to be the friend to tell you the truth.
You really? For real.
But that's the problem. That's the other thing. Men.
Do you think I'm wrong for that?
Well,
yes.
Men need accountability partners. I don't care what they say.
Tell you if you're wrong.
I used to hear that
should be automatic accountability partners. We shouldn't even have to call it that.
They should be.
But that's an aspect of leadership.
If you call a dude your friend, then that should come with it.
But you know what that is?
Being a friend doesn't mean that you're telling me what I want to hear. There's been we literally had, first of all, we don't argue, but we have debates. Right. And we try to outwit the other person. But we were having that conversation. Huh? But we go back.
This is his ideas off my impervious body.
But we go back and forth. He said something to me that I didn't want to hear. Brandon damn sure has said something to me that I didn't want to hear.
I actually enjoy it.
And Joaquin,
I'd rather look forward to it.
and Joaquin make you never want to ask somebody to pray for you ever again. So like,
Oh, was you gonna leave me out?
I mean, so far you haven't joined the misfit of the island of misfit
You haven't been
toys.
paying attention.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Never mind. Keep
Fine.
going.
It's your highest thing
listen,
of blue is
and Bluetooth won't work with any of his music. Look, and Blue, yo, Blue won't work with any of his musically. Any of it.
Separate business and friendship. All right.
We friends.
All right, guys.
He was like,
I don't want you guys to believe that.
Well, you all are professional musicians.
I don't want you to believe that at all.
first of all, Grammy nominated, still not working with Blue. Gave Blue an opportunity. Okay, you know right now.
How
I ain't
is
gonna
this
go
about?
This is not what men need to know. They don't need to
Not.
know.
men need
If
to
these
know
men
is-
don't need to know that.
All right, we're gonna edit this whole part out. But,
Right.
but no, like so. But no, I definitely think men need accountability partners because, like I said, there may be something that you're not seeing in yourself.
Your accountability partner is your wife.
No.
That's
Or
if you're
you're-
married. Because
No.
if you're
Or
single,
if
you ain't
Your
got that.
accountability partner is yourself.
Yes.
Or
If you're
yourself.
It's
prepared,
gotta be you
Yeah,
first.
yeah,
But you have
Then
to
I'm gonna
know-
have somebody else come in to fix
No,
me, and I
that's
can't.
something
but you have to
I see
know-
about you.
Yes.
But you
No,
have
no,
to
I
know
feel-
that
I
you need
feel
that.
Yes,
That's what
because
you
there's
gotta
this
be
thing called
accountable for.
objectivity.